It's the time of the week when we are joined by Stephanie Dobson. Stephanie is a lawyer, mediator, and online educator with Hanka Divorce Law and Mediation offices in Edmonton and Lloydminster. Stephanie, thanks for joining me today.
Nice to see you as always, Stacey.
Well, this is a bit of a tough topic we're going to tackle today, Stephanie, and it's about speaking to the kids about divorce.
Yes. It's a very sensitive topic that can be really challenging to discuss with children. And it's really important that parents address this subject in a thoughtful and honest manner to help kids navigate their emotions during this really challenging time for their family.
And once again, we've got a bit of a list where we're going to go through some tips to have that hard conversation. So
the top 10.
Yes, absolutely. So the first tip today, Stephanie, is timing is key.
Yeah, it's really important that you pick a time when you and your children can have a calm and uninterrupted conversation, sometime when there's no distractions so that everyone can focus on the discussion. You might want to choose a time of the day. You might want to choose a time when, for example, there's not an exam, they're not in exam weeks, or there's a competition coming up or something like that where that can really be hard for their mental game. So timing is really key.
All right. And the next one is to be honest. Make sure that everything you say is absolutely accurate, basically.
Yes. So while it's important to be truthful with your children, remember that sharing what information you share needs to be age appropriate. So it's important to use language that they can understand and avoid sharing unnecessary details that may cause confusion or even distress in them.
And tip number 3, Stephanie, is to reassure them.
Yes, let your children know, of course, that they are not to blame for the divorce. It's amazing, but kids blame themselves all the time. And make sure that they know that both parents still love them unconditionally. Reassure them that they'll be supported and cared for, of course, throughout the whole process.
And the next tip is to listen to their feelings, which is obviously very, very important.
Yes, exactly. Encouraging your children to express their emotions and having the parents validate their feelings is really important. So letting them know that it's okay to be sad or mad or confused or any of the other emotions that come along with it, and really providing a safe space for them to share their thoughts with you.
Okay, and the next one is to maintain routine. So we talked about that a lot, Stephanie. Actually.
Yeah, we do. And we talked about it last week a little bit, as well as routine and some consistency. So during this period of transition, trying to maintain a sense of stability for the kids by sticking to some regular routines and schedules. If they have extracurricular activities, make sure they still go to them. If whatever their school schedule is, or anything that we can keep to their regular routines, even their day-to-day routines, can really provide a sense of security for the kids amongst this big change that's happening for them.
Okay, and the next tip is to avoid conflict. Why is that important, Stephanie?
Yeah, we're seeing some similar themes, of course, week by week, but these are really important themes, and avoiding conflict is important because it's really harsh for the kids' brain development to have them be surrounded by a high conflict household. So we want to try to keep the conflict away. So if you need to talk about parent related stuff, make sure that you're in a room, or even go out into the car, into the garage, so that you're completely away from the kids' earshot.
Okay, and the next one is to seek support.
Yes, so sometimes professional support can be important. So there's the school counselor options, there's private counselor options, there might be options through your the parents' workplace that will help you to get a professional involved.
And tip number 8 is to encourage open communication. And why is that something that people need to focus on in this scenario?
Yeah, so similar to some of the other tips that we just went through, by fostering an ability for the kids to express their feelings. It's also important to make sure that you foster an environment where the children feel comfortable talking to you about their concerns and asking questions about the divorce. Now, it may be that they have questions right away. It may be that they have questions in the coming days or in the coming weeks, but it's really important to always be mindful of when your kids want to talk, be available for them.
Okay, and the next one is co-parenting. And again, something we've talked about, but very important.
Yes, so working together with your former spouse and co-parent effectively is really important. Trying to collaborate on items that are in your children's best interests, and really trying to provide some stability, consistency, and routine for the kids across households to minimize that confusion for them.
And the last tip that we have today, it might be one of the most important, but it's take care of yourself.
Yes, and sometimes that's hard because you're trying to take care of everyone else and especially take care of your kids during this very challenging time. But it is really important. You got to, in the airplane, you got to put on your mask first before putting on your kids' mask. And it's really important to prioritize your own self-care during this challenging time.
All right, Stephanie. Well, thank you once again for joining me. I appreciate it, and we'll be back to chat more next week.
Thanks. Nice to see you, Stacey.